I'm back.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
So where are we today? Okay, so, I mean, this place, all of its available land is to the side rather than the rear. It does need extending, I think. If you want to have a good, comfortable family home, this needs some sort of extension work. I'm going to say 2-story side extension. I think that's the best way to go. We get to preserve all of the garden at the rear then, as I say, which is pretty pokey as it is. So 2-story side extension. Now the way that we can get that through planning, I would say it's pretty definite we can get this through, is that we would step the front of that 2-story extension in just a little bit, just a little touch, 300 mil, 30 centimeters, something like that. And that will cause, obviously, the front wall to be stepped in, but it'll also cause the roof to be stepped down a little bit and back. And that will create something called subservience to the main house, which is what planners like to see. So just to clarify, this is going to need planning permission. So 2-story side extension, that should allow us then to do downstairs. We can add more space, which will allow us to create some open plan kitchen diner space, because at the moment that existing kitchen is extremely pokey. And then upstairs, I think we could get a nice master suite on the side. So ensuite at the back where the existing bathroom is, that existing bathroom, I actually think that's too small for a family. I think the proportions are all off here. Because we're extending here on the side now and we're getting a new master suite, I'm tempted to move this bathroom to the front to replace that bedroom 3. I can see that downstairs there's a WC, so it means that there's plumbing at the front of the house, which is great. So it means that there's almost certainly there's a soil pipe coming up somewhere that we can just tap into. So it should be pretty straightforward to move the bathroom to the front of the house. So downstairs, the kitchen is obviously extremely tiny. Yeah, pretty daft really. I mean, if you put a dining table in here, you're not going to be able to walk around at all. So what I ideally want to create here is an open plan kitchen dining space with also a lounge space that a whole family can kind of exist in. I'd also like to create a play room or play area, and what most families want now is a separate snug room. So you want somewhere where you can sit with people when they come around, and then you want somewhere where you can sort of retire to in the evening, cozy up, maybe have a log burner in there and watch whatever series you're binging at the moment. So I think we're definitely gonna have to pull out this side wall so we can access the extension space on the ground floor, but I also want to pull out that middle wall as well. I think it's, I don't believe that wall is load bearing because it's not replicated on the first floor. So I'm going to take away that. I don't think it's going to need a steel beam, but if it does, that's not too much of a problem. We can then have a kitchen in the same spot, so we don't have to mess around with the plumbing there. We can have a long worktop, a long line of wall units, and then a nice thin island. We could also turn that into a breakfast bar maybe. And then I'm thinking big corner sofa, lounge area at the front, TV on the wall by the stairs. I'm sketching up here showing a dining table there, but there's actually loads of space there. I'm actually inclined, if we can have a run of utilities on that side wall, we could create a play space, which can obviously be mixed use as sort of the family grows up, and we can get a nice big dining table in there. I'd personally go for sliding glass doors over bifolds because cheap sliders are pretty good, cheap bifolds are terrible. And we get our snug at the front, which is, I think is ample size there just to retire to in the evening. And it could also be used as a guest room, or we've all got to think about the future as well. We could actually, it could be a downstairs bedroom if you want to stay in this house. Right up to the end. That's a sad thought, isn't it? I like to think of sight lines when I'm designing floor plan layouts. And I actually don't much like how we're currently entering this house. We've got the toilet kind of in the way there. We can't really see anything in, and there's a door there. I think what I'm going to do is, if we take off the door into the living room and just pull that WC back a little bit so that we can just walk in and just see everything. I would like to get a sight line all the way down through the house, potentially even a little glimpse of the garden would be nice. And at the moment, we've got a porch, but if it's raining, we're going to be fumbling around with our keys outside. I'd like to have a little canopy roof to match the existing one. So all we've got to do really is just extend that out, put a post in the corner, move the door to the side of the porch, and then we'll have a window on the front to match. That gives us a bit of storage space then. For as you walk in on the left, you've got space for shoes. and you know, a couple of coat hooks maybe, and then we've got sort of proper storage further into the house there, either at the utility space at the back or in the cupboard under the stairs. And there she is. So we'll do a quick gospel check. That's the acronym I use just to check I've got everything that most families would want. So G, garden. We've preserved that small garden at the back. The view out the back is pretty dire, so I am tempted to just suggest plant some nice big tall evergreen trees at the back, and we'll try and hide that sort of concrete wall as much as we can. Or you could do what Darlow's estate agents have done and just stick a big fake picture of a blue sky over the building. Estate agents. So garden is fine. O is office and also open plan. So we've got a small work from home space. We've also got a nice open plan space on the ground floor as well. S is storage. I think we've got ample storage. We've got plenty downstairs. We've got a storage cupboard upstairs. We've got a storage cupboard downstairs, and we've got a space for utilities, which could just be a whole storage wall basically for utilities, coats, bags, shoes, and toys as well if it is used as a play space. P is parking. I know we've covered the driveway, so we've created a new off-road parking space, which works fine. E is ensuite, and we've got a new master suite with a nice ensuite upstairs, which is great. And then L, we've got laundry, all downstairs on the proposed plan. And now let's make it look nice. So there it is. Let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next one.